This is Jonathan Agger, fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Adam Smith here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's the second part of the press tour for Eubank and Benn. Adam, it all kicked off the other day. We're filming this just before the press conference about to start. What are you expecting from today?
Yeah, just about to start, and we can't wait to see the next instalment in the rivalry. It's a rivalry that, of course, I grew up with, watching Chris and Nigel, and then having the honour, the privilege to work alongside both of them. Those nights in Ireland with Chris and the end of the world tour against Steve Collins and some of the great Nigel Benn fights. Yeah, phenomenal. And now the sons are doing it. I remember when Conor was 14, 15 and he came onto the ringside set, and yeah, I just had a feeling this would happen at some point. The egg, well, it's gone viral. It's made the fight twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not. But these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger. And we wait to see what happens next. And I'm a storyteller, and I love the interest and intrigue in matchups. And I think this is a fight that the casuals will just revel in. Is it controversial? Have we already seen controversy at a press conference? Yes. Did we see it with Derek Chisora, with David Haye, with others over the years? Of course we have. So yeah, we don't want fighters to lay hands on each other before a fight. That's not really in the rules, and I'm sure the board will have spoken to Junior, but he knew what he was doing. And of course the whole event is, as I say, double the size. Could they sell Tottenham out again and do it on the weekend as well as do it twice, double it up? I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? It's a great story, and we love the stories.
Simon Jordan said on TalkSport today which was, how is a fight that's between, let's be honest, a welterweight and a middleweight with no title on the line, having more interest than a Joshua Dubois for an IBF heavyweight title fight? Why is this fight capturing the imagination? That fight did capture the casual audience, but this one seems to be on another level right now.
It's all about characters and personality, and the football fans want a side, don't they? Benn and Eubank were the rivals. Then it was Froch and Groves here 10 odd years ago. It was fantastic. George is here today, and Carl and George, they didn't like each other, and you had sides. Was it stopped prematurely, the first fight? Did he want George to win? It was in London, Wembley. That was a whole new beginning. Now, under His Excellency, we've got a whole new landscape where the best are fighting the best, and fighters are getting these dream chances. But yeah, of course, you think the weight difference, and 2 or 3 years ago when this fight was first made, I was like, not sure about it. But actually, Conor, I think, has naturally probably increased in size physically, and I think that he probably walks around more around that sort of weight anyway. So, and Chris has got to come down, so I'm not sure the weight will play that big a part, actually. I mean, yes, if you see Chris is the bigger guy and obviously he's fought at a higher level, you'd say he's probably favourite going in, but ultimately it's going to come down to what they're like on the night. And this is a Eubank-Benn, Benn-Eubank rivalry. We don't know what's going to happen. It's like a Merseyside derby. Liverpool are flying this year, but we go to Goodison for the final time and, it's 2-2. You don't know what's going to happen because it's different on that day than any other day. It just sort of scripts go out the window. This is Eubank-Benn, Benn-Eubank, however you look at it, we don't know who's going to win. It's that unpredictable. Conor wants this so much. Probably the Benn side want it more than the Eubank side. Junior's probably happy. He's happy in his skin. He's made his money and he wants to try and shut up Conor Benn. But Conor, I think, is driven by this. I think he sleeps, eats, breathes it. It's probably all over him every night. Every morning he wakes up. He's got that. And now the egg's been on his face as well. I mean, that's just going to turn up and crank up the heat even more. They'll keep them apart today. I think it may be a bit of an anti-climax after what happened on Tuesday. I don't think we need to see another one. That's the shot that's gone viral. The table was turned over by Derek Chisora. The slaps, the things we've had at press conferences. I don't think it will happen again, but you never know in this sport, which is why we're fascinated by it.
What punishment will the British board give him, do you think? Will it just be a fine? Or?
It's hard. Robert Smith's a great general secretary. He was a fighter himself, and from a different era. Now there's social media, and I don't know, maybe it'll be a fine. I remember Derek and I sitting on the Friday after the press conference for Dillian White, and I said, Derek, why do you do stuff like that? And he goes, I don't know. It's just me. And he's his character, and he was fined, and he took the fine. He didn't care, and he fought. It was actually a great fight, wasn't it? So if we get that sort of competitive fight, we can do it again and have a rematch like White and Chisora. So I can see this happening once, twice, maybe 3 times. We didn't get Khan and Brook 3 times. We didn't get Pacquiao and Mayweather 3 times because they fought too late. But these guys, we still got time, I think. I think if they have one and it's great, we could do another one. So yeah, I don't know what the board will do. They'll probably give him a fine. They'll probably tick him off. But see, Conor's getting his license back, the British license. So I think all's well that will end well. We'll have the fight. The fighters will make a huge amount of money. The fans will be in for a treat. I think the build-up will be 90% of it. But I hope we get a firefest of a fight when the bell goes. That's something we can't control.
Yeah. Lastly, Adam, as you say, there probably will be a rematch. There's apparently a clause. I don't know too much about it, but if it is one-sided in either man's favourite, where does the loser and where does the winner go?
I don't know. That's a difficult question to answer. I remember sitting with Amir after he fought Kell, and he knew it was over. He knew there was nothing left, and sometimes that happens to a fighter. Remember, Chris got beaten by Liam Smith not too long ago. You know, he was brilliant, exacted revenge, but you know, fighters. Every fight is a dangerous, difficult assignment. Look at Marcin Vicoli the other night, right? He'll come back, but that was a tough one. He came, he got well paid, he played his part, so to speak, but you know, he wasn't fit. Billy said he hadn't really taken a punch since July or something, so they were taking a massive risk, but you know, they were saving a show or saving part of a show. So I always think you just look at one fight at a time. I'm sure Callum Smith wasn't looking past Joshua Buatsi on Saturday night at the shot at the world heavyweight title that he wants to win at light heavy. He doesn't have to fight Callum Smith. That's why I knew he'd be dangerous, and I knew he'd trained really, really hard for this. He was only concerned in beating Joshua Buatsi. So Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. just have to concentrate on each other, and believe you me, they will be fully focused on each other because they can't get them out of their heads. And actually, we can't, which is quite worrying, isn't it?
Just lastly, Adam, you know, this fight we're expecting an instant sellout when it goes on general sale on Friday. How great is it just to have a huge British fight in a stadium?
Do you know, you and I are the only people out here in an empty Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is a brilliant stadium, by the way. Anfield obviously is my second home, but this is an amazing stadium that they built and made. It was fantastic doing AJ Usyk here, and I cannot wait to be here on April the 26th. I didn't even know the tickets weren't sold out already 2 or 3 times over. I'm sort of behind on that. I'm still on the egg bit. I'm still sort of slightly jet lagged after Riyadh, but yeah, it's phenomenal, and it will be an automatic sellout straight away. But isn't it incredible how boxing has evolved? And before we even went with Froch and Groves at Wembley, I remember Barry Hearn saying, we're going to go to Wembley, and I'm thinking, are you mad? It will do maybe 20, 30,000. They sold out 80,000. And think of the stadium shows we've had and the wonderful nights with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, and we want that fight to happen. You know, come on, Tyson. You know, we know you're enjoying yourself, but we saw you the other day and you looked in phenomenal shape ringside, but we want you, come on, we want you to fight AJ. We want that fight to happen. Eubank Ben, Fury Joshua, it brings the casuals in. We need that to happen in 2025. But yeah, it's brilliant. It's great. I love this entertainment. KSI talking to Turkey. You don't know what's going to happen next.
Certainly don't. Adam, we do know the press is about to start, so I'll let you go on. Appreciate your time.
Always a pleasure.